Hi, and welcome to an unboxing and quick overview of the Logitech K375 multi-device keyboard. I got this keyboard as I wanted to have just a single device between my work and personal laptop without needing any cables or switching dongles. The device came in an oversized cardboard box with a chain of packing airbags. The front of the box shows the keyboard and device stand as well as the product name and model number. Along the top you can see that this keyboard uses dual Bluetooth and Logitech's proprietary 2.5 GHz unifying USB receiver, and the contents of the box. The key product features are shown at the back in multiple languages, which includes being able to switch between multiple devices, quiet and comfortable typing, and multi-OS key markings. The box is sealed with round clear stickers which aren't easy to pry off, so you'll need something sharp. Upon opening the box you'll find the phone/tablet stand and two AAA batteries. If you don't look properly you might miss the unifying receiver that's lodged along one side of the inner cardboard lips. After all that is the keyboard itself in a clear plastic sleeve. Included with the device are the typical informational material, which shows a one-sheet setup guide showing you how to use this with the unifying receiver and Bluetooth. And of course everyone's favorite, the safety, compliance and warranty foldout. The first thing you'll notice right away on the keyboard is the three function keys in off-white, which sets it apart from the matte dark gray of the rest of the keyboard and keys. These are what's used to switch connections between devices. Now, the aesthetics of this keyboard is a departure from the typical style. The deep dusty gray with lower height keys gives this a more refined profile than the standard run-of-the-mill design. The keycaps appear to be closer set, however this is due to the top surfaces being less tapered than typical keycaps. All the keys are full-size and the curve at the top isn't as pronounced. On the bottom are two collapsible feet, right next to which is the power switch. Alongside is the cover for the battery compartments, which takes two AAA batteries. The feet allows for a slightly angled rise to the keyboard, which makes it easier to type the higher keys. There's also a handy stand for your phone or tablet, which I think is a great option to have, and I always use it while at the desk. Keyboard comes with a unifying receiver, and upon first plugging it in, it just works. There's no firmware update offered, nor invitation to install its supporting software. And by default, the function keys aren't the base use, it's reserved for switching between three devices. But thankfully there's an option in the Logitech Options software to set the keys F1 to F12 as standard function keys. For this you'll need to download and install it first. You can find the link in the description below. This utility allows connecting other devices either via just one unifying receiver or a bolt receiver. When using this initially, I needed some adjusting to get used to the keys, which felt somewhat off-kilter compared to my SteelSeries M800 mechanical keyboard. Maybe it's because of the lower profile of the keys and maybe even the body of the keyboard. I've previously used the Logitech K120 wired keyboard, which after my initial dislike turned out to be one of the best typing experiences I've ever had. You can check it out in one of my older videos linked in the card and in the description below. It was fluid, responsive, and had a good amount of travel. This one feels a bit stiff comparatively. I figured a more expensive Logitech keyboard might be similar to its less expensive brethren, if not better. One glaring flaw I noticed, however, is that sometimes when the finger hits a key at the extremities, the key won't be pressed down and will get jammed, for a lack of a better term. This isn't much of an issue if your fingers are mostly centered on the keys, but tends to crop up at moments when you're extending to reach keys or your fingers are hitting it at an angle, and causes you to miss keystrokes or just caught trying to force down a key which just won't budge. The long format keys, such as the ones found on the tab keys columns, are the most prone to this. In terms of noise while typing, this isn't overly loud nor quiet. It would be quite adequate for most home or office use. Here's a sample of it which sounds more clackety through the microphone than it really is. The body is quite limber, let's say, and has a good deal of flex. When I was doing the filming for another part of this video, there was a noticeable flex while using it as well, but this isn't noticeable during typical use. I started using this from the first week of October 2021, and then the battery just finally conked out a bit after the first week of March 2022, and again had to change the batteries around October 2022, so around 5 months or so the first time, and then 7 months the second time. This has been used together with the Logitech M720 Triathlon mouse. And both of these are stated to last around 24 months, which is based on an estimated 2 million keystrokes per year in an office environment. Now, I use this for work and my personal machine, switching between the USB connection and Bluetooth for both machines, but I wouldn't have expected it to last barely 6 months, which is not even a quarter of the stated battery life. If you're looking for a relatively inexpensive keyboard to split between your different computers or devices, this is definitely something to go for. Although when it comes to an unhindered typing performance, I wouldn't recommend it, as not only do the keys feel stiff, but the jamming is a major detractor. The separate mobile and tablet stand is a definite bonus, as it's one thing that I use constantly. If you used this keyboard before, let me know your thoughts on it, and if they mirror mine or not, I would love to hear them. Also, please consider liking, sharing this video, and subscribing to my channel if you found it useful. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.